Hey, GM, give me just a second here. Testing one, two, three. Cool. Had a full day, past 150 on Bull. Nice, dude. Nice. Congrats. I'm currently holding this long, thinking we're gonna go all the way back up. But I may take a stop. Who knows? Who knows? I also hate Thinkorswim. I was trying to use it because it's just so much easier to not like wire stuff. But I absolutely hate it. I hate I I hate futures anyway with Thinkorswim, right? It's just the worst. Options I don't mind, but futures and stuff because I have to actually look at the chart is like highly annoying. But I got a decent entry here. We're gonna see if it's actually bearish or anything. Happy Friday, and also because I don't know, like I can't move the chart all the way to the right. Like that drives me insane. And then if you click, you can't just click and drag. Like why can't I just click and drag the chart? I don't even know how to make my entry larger. That's why I hate this platform. Like why is everything hard? Like there ain't nothing easy about this platform. I absolutely hate it and will not be trading futures on it. I just saw that entry, took it. That's the only reason I'm on it. Make the really for me, that's the least important screen. For me, the bookmap screens are more important. That's why I have that one smaller. But we did good. We done did good. Regardless if it gets stopped or not. I think for me, it's worth the attempt to go all the way back up, potentially 950 and higher. So I'm going to be doing that. But I had a massive night last night. I was trading Globex, made 11,000. So I'm willing to take the stop and probably won't be looking for many other trades. Like something I have to set up really nicely for me to get long again. But I do think this is still overall bullish, and I do think we're gonna rip up to 950, maybe even above. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the thing about it is also like this area that we shot out of yesterday was all sellers. So for that reason, I don't think we should be down here again because sellers. You guys know I read order flow, and so yesterday was a very, very specific read. Yesterday was literally like, how do I explain it? Yesterday was like 100% sellers with price moving up, and that's pretty wild. So, and the way you explain that is all the sellers got absorbed, meaning they were selling and the buyers were just on the limit nonstop, like refreshing orders, like not letting it drop. And even at one point, the sells hit on NQ like 1,700 lots and still couldn't get a lower low. I'm telling you, time and sales was 100% sellers yesterday. And the fact they couldn't get lower lows or anything is how I knew that thing was going to rip. And yesterday I did really good as well. Um, but with that being said, buyers absorbed everything down here. So why are we down here again? Like I could see, like overnight it retested. Like if you look on my two lines, that's where I made my money last night. I bought that dip, wrote it up, pulled out exact targets. It was absolutely perfect. Actually, I think it was before that. It was before that. It was actually in the middle of the night. Um, everything hit perfect last night. So giant night last night. But I don't know why we're down here again. It does concern me a little bit that we're down here because, like I said, buyers proved themselves that we don't deserve to be down here. So the fact that we're down here again is a little bit concerning to me. What do you guys think? I'm curious. Are we bullish today? Bearish? Let me know. I'm decently bullish. But I don't like that we're down here. That's the only caveat. And also, by the way, 87 was liquidity, so getting above, or sorry, what was that? Looks like 900 maybe. It was at 87, but I guess they removed it. And then there was some liquidity at 900. So 900, if we break above and hold above, could be really, really bullish. You shorted today? Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's see. Should I take one off here, chat? I think I should, huh? Just to be safe. Yeah, I think let's take one off. I'm gonna give it a second though. How about here? I'll do a trailing stop. You see how I can't expand? Like I want to move it up, like scale it up, and then move it down. You see how I can't? It drives me, in, like literally. I'm not. You guys hear me all the time. I don't get mad. This drives me. This is the type of stuff that actually gets me mad. Like I can't do the most simplest thing right now. There we go. So we got one profit stop and one that will actually be a stop. One trailing stop, I should say. Hey, Alfred. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I'll take that title. I'll take that title. I've been thinking a lot about that stuff recently. I really think like, man, it's crazy what just happened. Like I was never able to internalize it. You guys have to understand. Like for that trade that I hit, I was up 24 hours. Actually, basically 48 hours. And you know what happened after? I talked to Joel after I've been up. I was sitting on the lake watching the sunrise, and the homie, of course, he was just willing to talk to me. I was just sitting there, and we just like I don't know, talk about nothing really, but it was just like a surreal moment. But I had no sleep, so I had no time to like even internalize what was going on. You know what I mean? So I mean, really, I'd say even Tuesday, because Monday I was still recovering from sleep. Tuesday is when I was like, oh shit, like this is pretty cool. And people are gonna hate. There's some people saying, oh, you're just lucky and all that. It's like that's why I've been trying to get everyone into crypto. Like it's easier, right? The fact you can get lucky. Like they say lucky like it's a diss. Like what? You don't want to be lucky, bro? Like I'm trying to get people to be lucky as well. You know what I mean? It's weird that they're like trying to use that as a point of contention. It's like call it lucky, bro. Call it lucky. Call it what you want. But I want other people to be able to accomplish that too. But I'll tell you, I cannot stand Thinkorswim. I'll never use it again for futures. The chart just drives me absolutely insane. Like actually insane. I mean, it does look like sellers are starting to come in, so maybe this thing is running out of juice. Maybe it needs to retest the bottom. I think I'll take profit. Dude, see, I'm just trying to click one. You see what it does? This is the worst platform ever created. Whoever says it's a good platform is like, they. I'm gonna find them. Free Luigi. Yeah, yeah. We need to do that to whoever runs Thinkorswim. Like, how hard is it to create like a good platform? Like, it ain't that hard. I love quant. I'm a quant boy. I just don't like having to wire stuff in and out. You know what I mean? I was trying this out because it's connected to the bank, right? I could do whatever like instantly, right? So that's a cool factor, and I'll still use this, but like only for options where I don't got to be on the chart. You know what I mean? I'll still use this, but only for options. But let's see what these sellers. The sellers are clearly trying now. If they can't break this candle below, sellers are screwed, and that rip I've been hoping for is coming. Oh, dude, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst. And they charge like, I mean, I could talk to them because my account is big enough, but the fact I have to talk to them is a problem. But they charge 30K per lot. So like 30K margin per lot, which is insane. So like AMP, for example, I forget how much. It's like 1,000 per lot. Here, it's literally 30,000 per lot. Yeah, margin. Yeah, they're definitely not for day traders. Definitely, definitely, definitely. But I'm highly interested in longs, especially. It looks like it's going to break down right now. If it doesn't, though, and these sellers actually get, destroyed, I call it destroyed because they're actually really attempting now. Um, I'll be taking the long. If you're with certain brokers, they'll give you quant data for free. But I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind paying for data. I haven't minded paying for data or anything for a while. I mean, I'm even paying for Bookmap data, but Bookmap's even started. Everything's like bugging me lately. Like Bookmap, the NQ chart, like it's working now, but it's been disconnecting. Not disconnecting, but it'll say like, oh, your data is delayed by 5 seconds, and it goes 50 seconds, and then it goes 5 minutes, and I have to restart the NQ chart. Not even Bookmap, just the chart, and it's like, bro, you can't just work. You can't just like not do that. Like, why can't things just work, man? You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, Alfred. It's just the cost of doing business. But we had a killer night last night. Copy my crypto trade? No, definitely not. Definitely not. But I mean, here. I mean, here, I'll give some alpha on crypto in general. Everything's public, right? That's why I kind of went into Trade by Match chat. I wanted him to verify the $1 million trade. That was like one of the first things I said. Hey, I want you to verify this so it's mine forever. I don't think he's interested, but the cool thing with the blockchain is everything is verifiable, every single thing. So it's very popular in crypto to copy trade people, like very, very popular, because you could just find like 10 good traders and just kind of see what they're all doing and then make your choice at that moment. It's a different type of game. It's not for me, but there's people doing it and killing it. I mean, there's a trade last night by the creator of Pump Fund. He launched his own coin or something, and there's this famous crypto, not famous, but like influence. There's a famous, not famous. There's a crypto influencer. Sorry, there's a crypto influencer who found it in the first 90 seconds, and he hit that trade with like 30 grand and turned it into 900K, all verified. Um, if you were copy trading him, or at least watching, you could have seen that trade real time and hit that same trade, right? So copy trading in crypto is definitely a thing. And talking about it out loud, I'll probably look into it, right? The hard part for me is I got a lot of ego, and I'm okay with that. And for me, copy trading has always been like, oh, you're not doing it yourself. Like you don't got the skill yourself. Why are you even trading then? That's how I've always internally felt. That's why I've never even looked at it. But I guess even in copy trading, there's still skill, right? And you're also like, it saves the research phase for you, right? You could just be like, what are these guys buying? What do I like out of it? And I'm still going to be good and like, use all the core skill set that I have. But I'm going to use them to research, right? I trust these wallets. These are like whales or like whatever. Let me see what they're doing. So I think, even if you don't plan on copying exactly, copy trading could be something good. Dude, 29x is every day in crypto. Every single day. Especially right now during this bull market, people are making insane returns. It's hard though. It's hard. But every single day, consider this, every coin starts at zero. These meme coins. These new ones anyway. Every day there's been one running to 300 million. So imagine if you got in at 100K. Even 1 mil. If you got in at 1 mil, it's still, what is that? 300x return? Right? That's literally happened every single day in crypto. Very, very hard. A lot of people are losing a lot of money trying to capture that type of return. But it's there, and that's why people are doing it. It's the only place on earth that you could do that type of return on, right? That's what I'm talking about. Joel knows the Vine crypto ran to 400 mil, and it sat at 2 mil. So that's over 100x. That's 200x. So, I mean, that's happening every single day in crypto now. Again, it's very hard to find, very hard to pull off. That's the reason I like the Trump one so much. It was just so easy, so obvious. I mean, it's the president of the United States, you know what I mean? Like for Vine, I would never know. Like, how am I supposed to know or even have like some insight that that's going to go to 200, 400 mil? I'm not good at that. I don't know. But Trump, it was like obvious, right? It was like, this is brand new and it's a president of the United States? Of course. Of course I'm going to be buying that one. I might be re-entering here. I'm going to give it another shot. But yeah, I mean, the Trump one, that's why I liked it so much. And I still do, by the way. I even invested some back into it. I still really, really like that trade. I think it's just going to take, like I've been saying, if you follow me on Twitter, I've been saying it. It's a regular meme coin trade right now. It's not going to be instant. It's just, you gotta, like what they say in crypto is believe in something. Well, I believe in that one. Obviously, I'm not going to put everything back in, but I still like the trade and I'm in it. Anyway, is today bullish or bearish? Again, I don't think we should have been. It's in my description, YouTube description, Shizamo. I don't think we should be down here on the markets. That's a concern. And I might, yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't have bought that one. I'm going to wait for some bottom. Yeah, even it's becoming obvious this is a short, at least the bottom range. I might even flip here. Yeah, let's flip. All right, we are short 2 minis, and I'm going for a bottom break. And I will be getting out at the bottom break. So I'm looking for 842, roughly. I might even take 850. I don't want to be short this market, even though today looks like a short. If you give me 850, 840, I'll be in and out. ES is already at its bottom is also my other concern. So ES might break, and then if it's bullish like I think it is, come back after, and then NQ would definitely bounce after that. See, I would even put in a limit here if I could, but this stuff is so confusing on Think. I hate Thinkorswim so much. So where does my stop need to be realistically? It needs to be at like 80, 90. It needs to be at 90. Am I at 90? I'm kind of at 90. And how? Oh, I gotta do 1 minute candles. All right, that seems good. Just need to wait. There may be a bounce in the meantime. But let's see if we get a bottom break. Price clearly trying to turn right now, but like again, I think this might be overall bullish, and so we'll see if these sellers get denied. I might have to get out of this trade early. Trying to mark the low on ES. That way, when it breaks, I could start watching cautiously. Lots of buys coming in on the ES. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. That might be can they actually even break bottom? Ooh, 100 let's sell after two. Let's see what happens. This is a battle right now. Longs just had a nice little bounce, and sellers came in on ES with 100 lots saying, we want to break this bottom, but can they? And this would actually be the ad if I wanted one. It really looks like they might bounce out. And like I said, I'm bullish overall. I was just going for that bottom break. I'll have to wait and see at this point. Like, I don't think it's worth an early stop because this can get denied still. But I probably would reverse my trade after if they do get my stop. Because I think we could get up to 950. Gonna use that bounce as a final ad, and if shorts are gonna work, it has to work from here, in my opinion. If not, I'm gonna consider that bottom held and try to get long somewhere. Yeah, it looks like that bottom held. So I am definitely going to have to get long somewhere. I think we're headed straight for 950, pretty confident. They couldn't even break bottom. But I do have to let it stop me because if this gets denied, I still think we go for bottom break. It's worth the stop 100%. ES, a lot of sellers coming in, and looks like we'll see. A lot of sellers coming in on the NQ as well. So we may have potentially shorted the top there. That's what I like to see. So far, so good. ES getting really heavy sellers now. This is looking good for ES bottom break. NQ just got some bullish orders. It's weird. ES was more bullish than NQ yesterday. Today, NQ is feeling more bullish than ES. If I had to guess, it's something to do with that AI investment because AI is NVIDIA and other tech, right? So tech, after hearing about this massive investment by the government, probably wants to be a little stronger, even if it is going down. ES headed for that bottom break. NQ wants to hold 72. Man, NQ does not want to go down. NQ just got some sells in. Watching the time and sales, and they're trying to hold it. Let's see what happens. NQ now headed down. Hopefully, whoever is filling out those sells with limit order buys is out of here so NQ can drop. Also, we got to see, big buy orders coming in for the ES. I think we can get out of this trade early. This is looking pretty bullish. It's hard though because I think I have to let it stop me here, especially if these buys got denied. I think it's worth the stop and I just write it up to 950. I think taking the stop here is way more positive EV. But lots of buyers trying to buy up that bottom on ES. Also NQ. Not even close to the bottom anymore. Well, I guess only 10, 15 points off. Or 20 points, very bottom. But this type of buying, guys, this is what I was saying. I think it's bullish overall. I mean, even breaking bottom is proven to be a little bit tough here. For ES as well. And lots of sellers coming through too. I'm watching NQ time and sales and lots of sellers trying to bring this down. And ES has tons of buyers at this bottom right now. The good thing about that though is they don't seem to be able to move it. So ES just got a 100 lot order, which is kind of normal for ES, a little on the upper side. But those 100 lot orders on the ES are not driving price up, which is good. Yeah, I mean, look, I like I said, I'm bullish, but it seems like yes, bots or whatever you want to call it, something is holding price up into sells. And it also makes me more bullish. I just want the bottom break, you know what I mean? Give me the bottom break. I'll take a few bucks profit. And then and then we'll go long. All right, some more sellers on NQ, 20 lot sell. That's a good size. So it's a very interesting moment right now because remember, buyers have been trying to hold this thing up, especially on the ES. Even as I'm talking, lots of buyers coming in. NQ, opposite story. Sellers trying to bring it down and can't break 72. Personally, I think I like the story of the ES the best right now because there's lots of buyers on the ES and they haven't been able to drive price up yet. So they should be able to break that bottom on the ES. The only bad thing is that I'm short the NQ. So it's like, okay, if they break bottom on ES, how far down can the NQ go down? You know what I mean? NQ don't want to break right now. This looks like the base after, hang on. After the first drop, maybe it dropped to 21,795. Um, yeah, this is a tougher call in general for the more macro type targets. I wouldn't really call it macro, but you know what I mean, the bigger targets. Because I could tell you with certainty, like 100% certainty, yesterday was all sellers that got owned. With that being said, that means we shouldn't be back down here. So it's like, okay, those sellers that got owned yesterday, does that mean they're in control now? Because if those sellers are in control and they were selling that much yesterday, all downside targets are on. All downside targets are on right now. And I think that may be the case actually. So I might even stay short from here. I probably will. Because we're in that sell zone of yesterday. And buyers earned their way out of there. I'm telling you guys, yesterday was some of the biggest sells I've ever seen, and sellers could not break a lower low. That's how I knew it was going to rip. So if yesterday had the biggest sellers I've seen in a long time, even though they lost, and then today we're back in that same zone, does that mean they're in control? Right? That's the question I'm trying to answer for myself. And with that being said, that means also I'm going to leave a runner. I'm going to leave a runner because they could bring this down. If those sellers are actually in control, now that we're back in their zone, after yesterday's selling, how strong they were, that means I need to hold a runner if this does start breaking things. ES at its bottom again. NQ starting to fade. Here we go. Let's go. ES really trying to, ooh. ES trying to break its bottom. Let's go. I think it did by a tick, but still, we want to see some real breaking. You know what I mean? Okay, come on, NQ. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. ES. Looks like buyers have not entered right now. I mean, ES buyers entering now. Let's see what happens. NQ with a big bounce. I think I could potentially reduce my stop now by a lot. Yeah, we're gonna reduce our stop because they're breaking things, right? Like I need continuation. If they get back above that recent consolidation, I don't think I need to stay in this trade. Especially on NQ where they couldn't even break 72, which it's retesting right now. If 72 denies, which it looks like it is, right? Remember I said all those buyers at 72? That's going to be a nice red candle as you're seeing. So let's see if 72 really denies. If they stay under 72, that's a pivot level for me now. Should have some nice downside. But they got to stay under 72 specifically. That's where all the buyers were trying to defend. Yeah, I mean, it's all about yesterday. That's my biggest thing. Is like, does yesterday mean now the sellers are back in control, or is this just a quick retest and they're going to fail again? Because if they fail again, this thing, like I said, will skyrocket, absolutely skyrocket. But if those sellers are in control from yesterday, now that we're back in that zone, I actually think today could dump 10 times more. The good thing is we don't have to even make an assumption based off that. We just have to retain that information. And whatever happens in price action, we kind of figure out, okay, those sellers are still screwed, or those sellers are making progress, we want to join them. As of now, I mean, it's a little hard to tell. I mean, I've seen sellers come back in on the ES. There's been tons of buyers at this bottom on the ES. So far, no progress, which is good. So we'll see. Well, I mean, the buyers are very real, so I don't think it'd be a fake. I don't think a fake pump is. That's why I'm willing to flip on this trade as well. I don't think a fake pump is gonna potentially happen. Buyers to me seem real, especially on the NQ. Staying above 72 to me is super bullish. If they can, looks like sellers trying it again here to get it back below 72. But I wish I could show you guys yesterday. Yesterday was super important. If you saw the order flow of yesterday, you'd be like, oh, that is crazy. So NQ is still fighting over the 72 level. ES sellers are trying to hit, and it looks like unsuccessful for now. I mean, ES sellers are really trying here. And NQ is struggling right at that pivot level. I am going to move that stop because I want to see what happens to ES before I get out. Big buyers on the NQ here. They're trying to push it up. Honestly, would have expected more of the upside with that many buyers, but we'll see. NQ is definitely more bullish than the ES. We've been saying that. But also seems like ES buyers or sellers might be failing. I mean, you can see the difference on ES. That first bounce we were talking about, even on Bookmap, the green bubbles you see, that was buyers failing. That's why we were so confident in the bottom break. But now it looks like it may be changing the sellers failing. Like ES is dominated by sellers right now. NQ also dominated by sellers here at 77, and it looks like they can't even bring it down. So looking grim if sellers can't actually get either of these down while they're putting in size, consistency, everything, right? When you see the size like they have right now, I'm seeing 7 lots, 8 lots, 8, 8, 6 on NQ. That's good numbers. If they can't move it down with that, that's an extremely bad sign. And because of that, I am actually going to put in my stop, put it back down. Because now we know this is a real attempt by the sellers. And if they fail, we actually need to get long. And what is that? Murder algo coming. Big buys on the NQ. Looks like they got denied. If we could survive the murder algo, I think we might be. That's a big buyer denial right there. If we survive this murder algo, I think this thing is looking good for a drop. Oop. So I'm trying to get back in long. Like I said, I was bullish overall for 950. But I don't want to long a murder algo candle. All right, I'm going to take that as a seller failure. We got big buys before the murder algo. Sellers on ES, like I was talking about, that switch of sellers then attempting to break bottom and couldn't. So I'm taking that as a seller failure from bottom and targeting 950. So we're giving it one attempt here. Sellers coming back in here on the ES. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. We'll see if these sellers continue. But so far, we've had every read correct, right? We saw the buyers failing for the ES bottom break, ended up only being a tick. And then we saw ES sellers trying to go back bottom and failing. And so now we need upside targets. Back to 950. Honestly, 950 and above. Here we go. Buyers trying again here. Sellers really trying to short that top. But let's see if they can do anything. A little bit of liquidity up at 900. I really like the sellers that entered because they haven't been able to pull it down yet. Let's see, they're entering again as I speak. But so far, it looks like the sellers are failing. And here comes some more big buyers. They are trying. So super important for buyers to get continuation after that type of buy. And there's the continuation. Let's see if we can get to, I want to take some off at 925 and hold one runner. Sellers trying again here, and looks like they are just being absorbed. If we get to 925, I'll be taking two off. Still looks like sellers failing on the NQ. They're entering again and failing, but I don't like seeing this many sellers. Getting ready to take two off if we get one more little spike up. Sorry, I was just being super focused there. Wanted to make sure I maximize profit as much as possible. Nothing wrong, but I just wanted to, make sure I'm securing everything. And if I held for, what was that, 5 more seconds? I'm gonna go totally flat just because it looks good. I should have probably trailed it, but it looks great. I'm just seeing so many sellers that it's like, I don't know. I mean, they're getting beat. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like seeing that many sellers. Sucks the short didn't perform as we wanted because we wanted this exact play. This is what we were talking about. The only difference is ES went to break bottom and Q didn't get close. So we honestly should have shorted ES and that would have been a green trade as well. ES would have paid on the short, and then we always said we were bullish. We wanted to go for the long to 950. It's at 925-ish. So we had the right play in our mind. Everything was correct. Just NQ did not go as far. And we identified it too, right? We were talking about 72 level. We are like, 72 is like, they're really defending that. That seems like it might be the a pivot level, I called it. And barely got below. And then shot straight back up. So, interesting. Should have been double paid, to be honest. Shazamo is shorting. Good luck, brother. I'm pretty bullish. I just don't like all the sellers. Could go, though. Could definitely go. I'm actually going to take a long real quick. Not trying to fade you or anything. I saw a whole bunch of sellers fail. So I think we do go 950. And I'm going to get out of that because looks like buyers failed now. Yeah, there's the short. Let's see what happens here in the final few minutes, seconds, whatever it may be. All right, I got to go. Good day. I'm just wondering if it's worth like an after hours trade, but no, I'm going to go enjoy my Friday. Total, I don't know what the final, I don't know why it just reset because the day end or whatever, but total, I was up 11K today. And then there was an option so you can see it on the P&L on the actual futures trade. But good day, and I'll see you guys. I'll be hanging out on Discord, relaxing. And yeah, I got no stream schedule right now. I'm just relaxing. So I'll see you guys around. Adios.